Hey everyone, in this video we'll cover about list. So list is one of the major data type in Python. If you're coming from other programming backgrounds like Java or uh, JavaScript or C++ or C, so you're already aware of arrays. Arrays is a finite order collection of homogeneous data elements. Inside a array, so you store only strings, only integers, only numbers, like that. But in Python, it is heterogeneous elements. Like within a list, you can store integers and you know strings, other data types also you can store. So that is the advantage of lists in Python. So we'll cover what is the definition of Python. Sorry, what is the definition of list and what are the ways you can access. You can traverse the elements. You can change the things. You can change the elements inside the list. All these things we'll cover. We'll go through the topics in this order so that it will be easy for you also in the long run. So. We'll go with the definitions, so this is the way you have to declare a list. Okay, so this is a variable, my list is a variable name, and you are assigning, so this is the syntax. Okay, you have to give this square braces. Inside the square braces you have to give the elements you want to give. So in this case, in this example, these are like strings and which are separated with a comma. If you consider the definition of what is a list is nothing but used to store multiple elements or items in a single variable. So similar to list, there are three other data types also available, which is also used to store elements, store items. So which are tuple, set, and dictionary, which we'll cover in the next videos. Simply, this is the way you have to create the list. So this is the variable you can give. Apple, banana, cherry. So if I in this place, if I give instead of string, if I can give, so still it will display this. Okay, so apple, banana, one. So that is the advantage of so list in Python. So in arrays you can't give the different data types. But in list you can give different data types. So that's a major advantage. So you can, inside a list also, you can pass another list. So within this I can give one, two, and let's give one number. So it's number, whatever. So just run this. It will display, so this you can see here. So this is the way you can create a list. Okay, so you can click on try it, and you can do multiple trials and errors, so that you will get to know. So next one is like how to access. So before accessing on all those things, you have to understand lists are like ordered means within a sequence. Okay, so if you want to access this particular element, how you are declaring. See, ultimately, in a programming, you want to store some elements. Like you are let's take, you went for a market, and you want to pick the list of fruits. So in a supermarket, you want to collect, you want to get the elements, like get the fruits, and you have to put those in a basket. You want to get to home. So that is the task given to you. Obviously, you note it down, like this apples I want, and dictionary, sorry, bananas I want, cherries I want. So in that way, you would write down a list. And also, once you went to the market, you open that slip and you are checking. Okay, so this is the first one I have to see. So same way, like in order to access that particular thing, so you need index, right? So how you going to index? This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. But in programming, number starts with zero. So that's why this is the zeroth element, this is the first element, this is the second element. In this way the order will start. So that's why lists are ordered and also changeable. Let's take first time I'm giving apple, so next time also I can give the same element as apple, so it won't be any issue. Duplicate, it will allow duplicates. And also, you can change also, first, in before declaring a after declaring one list, you mention like apple, banana, cherry. After some time, in the meanwhile, while going to market, you decided like I don't want apples, so then you can replace that with another, pineapple. So in that way you can do. So that is the those are the major properties of list. So it is ordered and it is changeable. The term is known as mutable. Mutable means which can change, and it will allow duplicate values. And so this is the way. So in order to access the element, you have to maintain that order. So see, I'll check this one. So now see this Apple both the times cherry also it was reflected there, but still it was able to produce because it allows a duplicate values. And also if you want to access the first element, you have to give the index like this, and if you click on the print, see it will give you a, in this way you can access the elements inside that particular list. Okay, so this is the first, it will return the this element. uh, so that's it, and this is the length. Okay, so now I want to find the how many elements are there inside a list. So there is a by default function which is known as length. It will give you how many elements are present inside that list, how many items are present inside the list. See, one, two, three, three elements are the three items are there. That's why given the if you put this length, so it will give you this. So let's take I given one comma and given one comma two. So let's see what is the length. So obviously the length is like five, like first five elements are there. See, that is a value. Okay, so then these are the different examples. Okay, so there they mentioned you can use multiple data types. It need not to be like integers and strings. You can put boolean. So that is a concept they're explaining here. And also you can put multiple, as I mentioned earlier, you can put strings, integers, boolean, and everything you can put in list inside a list. Those things also you can place here. So and type function, you already know, within the type, using this type function you will get to know what is the data type of that particular variable. And by default if you want to create one list, this is the way you can, this is a keyword, you can use this and you can put the values there, so it will generate a list for you. You don't need to give any double sorry round brackets, the square brackets you don't need to use. That is one way. Another way is this, directly you can take the method, you can create. So this is the definitions and comparison of collection data like list, tuple, set, and dictionary. These things will cover, but at this moment you just remember like list is a collection of ordered and changeable. Changeable means mutable, and it will allow duplicate values. You just need to understand like list is one of the data type, and it is mutable. Mutable means whatever the elements I have in the list, I can modify that, I can change that. That you have to remember. And also it's ordered, like in order to get the accessing the each and every element, I have to access those elements through order only. Like I have to put the number, then only I'll get. So that's why it is known as ordered, and it allows duplicate values. Remember this. Rest of the things we'll cover in the next sessions. So how you access the elements? I already shown the example. So this is the way you can access. In this example, what you'll get? You'll get banana. Why they given one? Why I'm getting? So in programming language, number starts with zero. It's not like index starts with zero. So it's not like, so that's why this is the zeroth. This is the first, and this is the second. So, and also one more thing is like negative indexing, like so if let's take, this is the zero, this is the first, and this is the second. If you reverse that, you can access the elements to reverse negative indexing also. So the last one is minus one, this one is minus two, this one is minus three. If you use this minus one, it will give you cherry. So if you put minus two, then it will give you banana. So sometimes you don't know what is the last element number. So let's give, someone ask you this kind of a questions, like so I want the last element. You don't know what is the number, what is the index of that one. So how can you get that one? Simply you can put this variable, and if you give the minus one, it will return you the last element. These are the so common logics. Um, so this is one more range of indexes. Okay, so simply you want certain elements within this range, those are present in a list. How to access that, how to get those values, this is the way you can get. So see, simply let's try this one. We'll cover all the top concepts here. So already mentioned, like if you want to access one particular element from this list, you have to give this list of, let's take 0. 0 means first element you will get, and first one is like apple. And if you want to access the last element, simply you can use what, minus 1. So it will give you the last element. That is another one. Then after that, let's see this. And okay, let's try one more thing. Print. Let's see what is the length of this list. Okay, so let's see this also. Close this. Let me run this. See this, you are giving this range. Okay, so you can see this. Zero means first element, so you'll get the apple, and minus one is the last one, which is a mango. And length, what is the how many elements are present in that list? So there's seven elements are present, that's why you got the seven. So count this: one, two, three, four, five, six, and total seven, that's why you got the seven. And you are checking this range, you are giving this range zero, 1, 2. So you have to understand this concept. So you can access multiple elements within a range. You can do that step, but you have to remember one thing. So this beginning will included and ending will be excluded. That means whatever value you given, it will start from that. Whatever value you given at the end, you won't get that index. You won't get, you get till before the last index. You can check here. So zero, 1, 2. So the second is cherry, and you get the cherry. And third is orange, you got the orange. Fourth is kiwi, and fifth you won't get, because whatever value given at the end, you won't get, that is excluded. So that is the concept you have to remember. So apart from that, rest of the things are same. So just remember this line, like, whatever values you mentioned in that range, the beginning value will be included, and whatever value mentioned in the end, that value will be excluded, that is not included. So that you have to understand. If you give like this, it will give you from the beginning to till that point, 0, 1, 2, 3 indexes. Like if you run this example, you'll get apple, banana, cherry, and orange. That is the outcome you're going to get. See, apple, banana, cherry, orange, because it was getting till fourth. That means you won't get fourth, that is excluded. So what are the values are available? 0, 1, 2, 3. Only these things will be available. So that you have to understand. Just try this example, so you'll get to know. Just practice, that's it. And so this is like from beginning to end. Okay, if you give like this, you just given the beginning, and you given this column, and you didn't mention anything. It will indicate like from the second position onward, I want till the end. So that is the meaning of this expression. And using this expression, you get the from second index to till the end. You can get the values. So 0, 1, 2. So from cherry to till mango, you'll get the answer. So see, that is the way you have to access this. Okay, and then you can do the same step using minus levels. Okay, so from it will start from reverse. So this is like minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So minus 4 to this till this part will come. Minus 1 is excluded, right? So you want to get that one. So if you want to check if the element is present in my list or not, suppose you are building one application that, let's take supermarket example. So in that, you are just checking whether apples are there in my market or not. So whether I got the order or not. In that way, you created one application. You just check if this particular element is present in this list or not. You can use this keyword in. If it is, at the end, what it will give, it will give you the boolean expression, true or false. Based on that, you are doing some other logics, which will cover. Okay, so we'll cover the things there. So maybe if else condition, these things are there, just remember. Okay, so list is something. So you can create multiple applications, but simply list is used to store the data, store the collection of data. For that purpose, you are using list. And it is very very important in order to do DSA also. Whatever applications you do, so you have to understand of these data types. So these things, logics and etc., will cover in the next sessions. Okay. So then this change I already mentioned, it is mutable. Mutable means you can change. So I'm changing this element. In this way, you can change directly 0, 1. In the place of banana, I'm replacing that banana with the black currant. So you can try this. So see, I declared my list like this, but after that, I replaced my second element. In this way, it is the first index, zeroth index, and first index, that with this black current. Okay, so in this way, you will change the things. Okay, and also you can replace multiple values also. Okay, so that you can just check if you given these values in this range also, you can mention, you can explore this, you can try this. uh, Next one is this. you can do like this, and after that you can try this example. So yeah, see, to insert a new item in the list, instead of assigning in this way, you can directly assign in this way also. There is a method available which is known as insert, and you can give the index, like which index, which place you want to insert, and in this way, just we'll see this example. See, we given the second index in the sense 0 1 2. So in this cherry place it was replaced by watermelon, and the element will be moved to the end, so whichever position you want to give. So that is a property of this insert method. So ultimately you can give the position and nothing but index number, and after that the value you want to insert. So so if you do like that, so it will be inserted in that list. So next we'll go to this add list items. See, there is a insert is right. Insert means like you are giving the index. So you can use append also. The major difference is like insert you have to pass the index. In append you don't need to give the index. So directly append is like it will add at the last element. Okay. So in this example, let's see this example: apple, banana, cherry, and you are appending orange in that list. So ultimately, what happens? Orange will be added at the end. You can see here. So that is the purpose of this append method. Then insert. I already discussed. So you just need to give the index at the same time the value you want to assign. So that will be added there. So extend is another method. So it's like one list into another list, you can use this extend. So if you check this, there are multiple, right? So there are two lists are there. So one list you want to combine the second list in the first list, you can use this extend, so it will be arranged in this particular order. Okay. So that is the purpose of this extend method. And after that you can also, there are, I already told you, right? So instead of list there are other um, data types also, like tuple, sets, and dictionary, which is used to collect the, I mean, storage purpose, like different elements. So you can assign these other data types also in this extend method. So next, remove list element. Okay, there is a direct. So you want to let's assume you have a list and you have elements inside that, and you want to remove one particular item from that list. How to do that? So directly, if you know the value, then you can directly give in this way. So this list got removed. So then banana will be removed from this particular list. So let's take. I want to remove cherry. So then simply you have to give cherry. So just run this example. So cherry will be removed, and apple and banana will be displayed. So yeah, in this way you can do. And pop means, see, generally we do push and pop, right? So pop means it will remove the last element by default. If you give the index, it will remove that particular index. Okay, see, in this example, just see this one. So we given the one, that means the first index will be removed. So in this case, in this list, what is the first index? 0 1. Banana is the first index. That's why banana is removed, and apple and cherry game. So if I want to give any index, cherry will be removed because it is in the top last element. See, so that is the advantage of this pop method. Then del, so you can use del as a keyword. Okay, so using this you can put like this, then apple will be removed. So you can remove that entire list also using this keyword del, and this entire list will be removed. And clear method also there. So you have to understand this thing. Del and remove means like it will remove entire thing. Like if you give the del, and if you given that variable which storing the list, and this entire list will be removed. But in case it's a clear, if you give a clear, so all the elements will be clear, but it will be stayed as an empty list will be available. So let's see. So see, you can see this example. So clear means all the elements which are present in the inside a list are gone. So but the list, whatever variable you are assigning now, so that remains same. It will be remain empty. So that is the advantage of this clear method. Then loop list. See, you want to access each element in a list. So there are multiple ways to access. So let's assume so you have a 10 elements in the list. You can't give every time, print this list of zero, this list of one. So right. So in that way you can't give. Obviously you have to use one loop so function so to avoid this kind of a coding. So what you can do, this is the way you can access each element. So for this is a variable name, okay, so you can put whatever name you want to give, and in this list is this variable, okay. Then after that you are printing, just following the indentation, and you are just printing this. So let's take after this cherry, if I put comma, and after that just what this apple, banana, let's take support. Just run. So now the it will print like so apple and sorry apple banana. So in this way you will get so just whatever what is doing is iterating. Okay, so this one is iterating. What are the elements which are present inside the list? It was displaying each element one time. So that is that's a just normal looping concept. Okay. So these are the major functionalities. I already discussed about the length and the range. You have to understand. Okay, so range means it will give you a number. Okay, sorry, this length of this list will give you number. Range means it will access from zero to that particular element. Okay, whatever number you have. Let's assume this is one of the major sequence, one of the data type, one of the function you can consider. So if you put the range of 10 means it will give you it will start from zero, and it will end it till the last one will be excluded. So 10 will not come, so it's like 0 to 9. So in this case what it was doing, so this list, so the length of this list is 3. So now the range is like 0 1 2 because third is excluded, so it won't come. So you can see this example. What they're doing is like we can also add like this. You can see they what we're doing is they're just iterating each one and based on the index. You don't know how many numbers are there, how many elements are there. What you can do, simply you can use this technique like length of this one, so it will ultimately give you the length, and after that you are using this range function. So at the end what happens is it will loop will iterate for that many times. So you can check these examples. Now it will like 0 apple, 1 banana, 2 cherry. So in this way you go. Yeah. Yeah. So, see, there are a major difference between while and the for loop. Majorly, we'll cover in loops session, but I'll give you one context. Okay, so for means if you know what is the how many times you want to loop. See, majorly for and while loops are used to iterate. Okay, so you know like certain process has to be done, certain functionality has to be executed, that has to be executed multiple times. For that purpose you are using for loop and while loop. So when you're going to use for, when you're going to use while. So for means these many times, like this code will be, I need to execute this code for 9 times, I need to execute this function for 9 times or 10 times. You definitely know about that number. Or 100 times I want to run this particular block. But if you don't know like how many times you want to run this block, based on a condition it has to decide. So then in that case you will go for the while loop. That is a major difference between for loop and while loop. Okay, so here you can see. So in this example, the same list you are just iterating one by one, but you are they what they're checking is like they're checking the condition. So whether this I is less than this length of this, then you want to execute. Otherwise, you don't want to execute. You have to be careful with while loop, because sometimes while loop go for an infinite loop, because the conditions whatever you are mentioning, it has to make some sense. Okay, so you can't give different different ways. Then while loop will go for the infinite loop, then the entire program will be spot. So that's why you have to understand like when you have to use for loop, when you have to use while loop. That will discuss with few examples in these sections. Okay, so let me cover this. And list I already see. This is not a list comprehension. Instead of writing the code in a multiple lines, you can simply arrange the list in this particular single line. So that is the advantage of this list comprehension. So see this example. So the same example, we're just printing for loop. Uh, Earlier, what we did, so for each whatever each underscore element in this list, then enter tab print each element. See, in this way, you given same the top. So uh, now what they are doing, see apple banana cherry, this is the one you got. So now what they are currently doing is like already they're just mentioning this entire block, this entire code in a single line. That is a list comprehension. S- Simply you can understand the same logic only in this each element is given x, this entire line is same, and after that print whatever given. I mentioned in the you know left side. So in the, if you have a condition, like if it is if you're doing this, you have a certain numbers in a range like 1 to 10 are there. You want to get even in one side, odd in one side, then in that case you can put some condition. Then you in the right side you'll put some condition. If whatever element is modulo division 2 equal to 0, then it is even, then you have to store in this way, or odd, then it is you stored in this way. So in that way you have to put some condition that will see. So ultimately you don't need to write multiple lines, you can write the single line also, you can do this step. So that is this concept. Then list comprehensions. So see, same logic. So in this way, instead of doing all these things, you can use in the simple line, so it will be executed. I already told you, right? So list comprehension, they'll give some condition like this. On the right hand side, they'll give some condition. The same thing only. So for each other variable, and if this condition is satisfied, only that values will be present here. That will be stored in the list. Okay. So what this entire thing is doing, so they're iterating each one element, and also they're checking one condition. If any of the element has or item has a alphabet a in that particular item, then we need to store that in this particular new list. Otherwise we don't want this entire logic whatever we written there. So this entire logic will be filled in this one single line. So that is the advantage of this list comprehension. This is the syntax. Okay. So for item in iterable, that is a normal logic, and their condition they are checking if this condition is this, and then you have to store this in this expression in this particular list. So that is what they are doing. That's it. You can check these examples, then you can understand. Mm, okay. So then sort. Sort means arranging the elements. Okay, arranging the items in ascending order, descending order. By default, this method will arrange these elements in ascending order, and later you have to. If you can reverse equal to true, then you can use these kind of keywords. Based on that, it will be you can arrange the elements in descending order. So ascending order means small to big, descending order means big to small. So that's just remember. There's a one hint also, like ascending means it will start with a ascending, so then obviously it will start small to big. So in this way you can remember the ascending order and descending order. So see, like this list, we have a list and we're just sorting means all these elements are like alphabets, I mean words. So obviously it will be sorted based on the alphabetical order. Okay. So a b c, so b will come first, that's why we give it was like b. So that's the way you can use the sort method. And also numbers also you can try. Okay. So you can put this way, so all the numbers will be arranged in this ascending order for using this sort method. And descending means see, you have to just give reverse equal to true. Reverse equal to true, this one if you give, then it will be arranged in the descending order, that means big to small. So that's it. Apart from that, you don't need to worry about all of the things. This one is interesting. So sometimes so you can arrange the elements in by doing some functions on the top of it. So those things also you can do by, see what they're doing. So sort the list based on how close the number is to 50. So they created one function. They are just sorting based on this particular function. They're not sorting based on the ascending order or descending order. That is like you don't need to give any. in the parameters, if you won't pass anything, then it will be arranged in ascending order. If you pass the parameters like reverse equal to true, then it is arranged in the descending order. If you can also give this function conditions also, like so based on this particular condition, in this way what you are doing, you are just checking what element is close to 50. So that is your logic you are checking. Okay, so based on that, you are just sorting. Okay, so now what it will do, 100 will go here, 100 minus 50, 50 will come. So, 65 minus 50, or 82 minus 50, into 3 minus, okay, they're doing absolute. So, okay. So they're not okay. Got it. So see, they're not checking the values. They're just checking which element is close. Obviously, 50 is close to 50. That's why 50 is arranged in this fashion. Next, difference between 50 and 65 is only 15. That's why the next element is 65. Then difference between 50 and 23 is 27. So that's why the next element is 23. Difference between 50 and 82 is 32. That's why the this element is this. So they're just arranging the elements based on which is close to this 50, based on this particular function they're uh, doing this sorting. So that is the advantage of creating one new function and doing this step. Okay. And that's it. We'll go for the copy list. See, you have a list, you want to copy that entire elements in another list. How to do that step? So in this way you can do so. Okay, you have elements and you are copying this entire thing into one new list. Simply you can use this method which is known as copy, and you can do that step. Or you can create one more list and you can assign this whatever variable you are storing that list. You can pass it here. In that way also you can copy the elements. Okay, then join. So join means you have one list, another list are there. So you want to combine both these things to another new list. So in this way you can do just using addition operation. Also you can use this append. Okay, so just check this one. So you have one list and you want to whatever elements are there in this list one. So those has to be present in the list one. So that what you are just doing. So you just use this append function and that it will iterate each one, and it will add at the end of the first list, and after doing all these steps you will get the result in this fashion. So that's it. So you can also use this extend method. Okay, so this one is interesting. Okay, so there are by default these are the methods which are available in list. So these things are very crucial, you have to understand. Most of the logics I mean methods are already discussed. Actually, append means you want to uh, add an element at the end of the list. Clear means it will remove all the elements. Copy means there are two lists, you want to copy one list to another list. Now how to do that? So you can use this method and you can do that. So these are the methods. Okay, but you can understand. Okay, so the methods are available, method names are available. What it will do, you can simply click on this one and it will display. You can get some example, you can see the syntax also. You will get to know. Okay, so it won't be difficult. I already covered all the methods and you can simply click on it and you can check. And another way is like so you can do some exercises like simply they just given, so print the second item in this. Second item means what? 0, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, this is a interesting one. Okay, see, second item they are asking their first item, second item. So that means fruits of one. So these things we have to understand. Okay. So, see, so these are the tricky ones. Okay, so you have to understand. Um, you can try these things. Okay, you can simply come here and you can just check here and you can try so to understand. Okay, whether you can learn the concept or not. So change the value from apple to kiwi. So simply you can do fruits of 0 first. Obviously, this is the first index, and they want to replace that with kiwi. Simply replace that with this. See, that's it. So in this way, you can do just see how you are understanding the concepts, and then uh, we'll cover. So what what my thought is, like, I'll cover this Python tutorial, then I'll start DSA. So I want to do some lead code problems and interview bit problems. That's what I'm thinking. And once I cover these lists are done, so we'll cover tuples in the next video and sets in the next videos, and we'll see pandas module numpy, and these then we'll go with the uh, coding questions like DSA will cover. So that's the plan I have. So let's see what happens. I hope you like this tutorial, and please do share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.